debunked, and I understood his mindset to such a level, we were able to accurately predict that. But bottom line, he's a teleprompter reading puppet. Now, again, when Bush is in, the Republicans are the face of the New World Order and the establishment. And they push for the open borders and the high taxes and tripling the size of government and new wars and torture and Homeland Security and Northcom. And in April of 2008, the Bush White House has the Justice Department under Mukasey put out the MIAC Homeland Security report. They put out the master report stating the number one enemy of the government and of Northcom and Homeland Security is gun owners, conservatives, returning veterans that are gun owners, libertarians, in the fetters, Ron Paul, Bob Barr. Then we get the information in January, we release it, and the media, Fox News, picks it up and says, oh, look, Obama issued this. And Obama did reissue it and did expand it. But the point is, I knew back in 2007, 2008, that Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, Neil Bortz, all of these guys had gone to the White House, met with Bush over and over again, came out and told us he was a man of God we should trust, a man we should love. And I knew, because I'd had previous Homeland Security reports distributed at the state levels. We'd gotten and released more than 30 over the years, a lot more than that. Look at my films like Road to Tyranny and Police State 2000. You know, films made 8 years ago, a film made 10 years ago. In the case of Police State 2000, you see everything that's in the MIAC report and in the Homeland Security report that got so much attention finally last year, but being issued by Bill Clinton, by George Bush, by Barack Obama. It doesn't matter. It's the same. And so when I saw Glenn Beck and Sean Hannity, Limbaugh never really did it. He's kind of his own person, but still establishment. But, I mean, these guys are actually getting talking points from the White House. When I heard them giving out exact talking points, I said these guys are obviously enemies. These guys are posing as conservatives so they can control the true constitutionalist movement that's the real threat to the global takeover. And so that's how I knew back in 2006, 2007, Beck was bad, because he's always been the worst. Sean Hannity, a close second, saying arrest all militias, make them illegal, every child needs a microchip, you know, stuff like that. And I'm not even paying much attention to these guys. I'm too busy. And it just gets worse and worse and worse by the minute. And so you look at all the countless examples of sabotage against real patriots, against real libertarians, against real conservatives, against people that are truly anti-New World Order. It's as clear as the nose on my face or your face. I mean, you can see my nose right now if you're watching PrisonPlanet.tv. It's there. It's clear. It's like watching a duck swimming around in a pond and saying, is that a duck? Gee, I don't know. And he's shown himself again with his Deborah Medina thing, where she just said, that's not a state issue. I don't really get into that. People have a right to their opinion. Oh, my God, you're a 9/11 truther. And within 35 minutes, the robocalls from Rick Perry and Kay Bailey Hutchinson and the big neocon blogs were saying it's over from her. Because they know if the fake left attacks Deborah Medina, a true states' writer, a true nullification person over federal control, 10th Amendment, now called Tenthers by Newsweek, they know a left attack would only embolden her. So they got to have a phony right-wing attack, which is what Cass Sunstein talks about in the White House memos. And in all these white papers he's written, the regulations are, he says, we've got to pose as these anti-establishment people to get them infighting with each other. That's the only way we get credibility. And again, it's very complex, very sophisticated. I'm just giving you the basics here. And I noticed in the last 3 months, all these editorials, there were 5 of them in the last week and a half, a big one in National Review by Pipes, saying, Obama, launch a war against Iran or your candidacy is dead. Israel tells him that. His chief of staff, who's admittedly an Israeli army member, Rahm Emanuel, tells him that. Now, again, Obama's a puppet, but he doesn't want to commit political suicide. But they're saying, you do this or we're going to destroy you. We're going to allow an impeachment. We're going to remove you. But if you play ball, And Sarah Palin openly said this on Fox News a week and a half ago. You know, we played the clip here. She said, if you play ball and play the war card and do what, you know, declare war, as I think you should, you can pull the clip up, we played it here, then you're going to win in 2012. And I'm basically not going to run against you. And then I heard Glenn Beck start beating the drum 3 weeks ago that 9/11 truthers are revolutionaries, and they're figuring out that Obama's going to continue the torture and the wars and the secret arrest, and so they're going to kill Obama. And I don't really even watch his show. I can't stand it. But this morning, I watched a clip that's up on prisonplanet.com and a story titled, A Message to Glenn Beck, What are the Dangers of the 9/11 Truthers? Excellent article by Joe Robertson. And it was a repeat of what Glenn Beck said that I heard on the radio, but even worse. And he said, I fear for Obama because the left, the 9/11 truthers, which aren't the left, it's just the American people. So, again, he makes it a left-right paradigm. And he has this left-right paradigm up on the screen of the left and the right. He says he's against the left-right paradigm, but every graphic he shows, every chalkboard illustration at a third-grade level for his audience, he shows it, and he says, oh, everybody's on the left over here that thinks 9/11 was an inside job, when it's not a left-right issue. They're scared of populists finding out about this. They're scared of it not being seen as conservative if you're pro-war. They're losing control. 9/11 truth is even bigger than it ever was. I mean, this morning on 590 AM, caller after caller calling in about Building 7, they weren't even discussing it. There's been a total loss of credibility by government across the board, whether it's Obama or George Bush or Sarah Palin or Rick Perry. And so from all the clear evidence I've seen, and Tarpley said this a few months ago, I now agree with him, but I've got more to add when we come back. After the break, I'm going to really lay out what their current operation is and what their future plans are.
Hey everybody, Alex Jones here. If you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift, listen up. This will make your holiday shopping very easy. This year, give a seed bank from one of our oldest sponsors, Solutions from Science, to your friends and family. Here's why. The Survival Seed Bank will give any friend or loved one the ability to grow a full acre crisis garden of nutritionally dense, life-sustaining food. And the Survival Seed Bank is not just a box of open-pollinated seeds. It's an indestructible, waterproof seed bank that can even be buried if we face a real meltdown. And here's the best part. All the seeds in the Survival Seed Bank go through strict germination testing, so you can be confident you're not buying old seeds. Give a Survival Seed Bank this Christmas by going to survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com. Or you can call 877-327-0365 to give the gift that produces an ongoing supply of life-sustaining food.
Hello. At ofthefield.com, we strive to empower you with wild food preparedness. We get lots of amazing positive feedback, most of which we feature on ofthefield.com. Here's a small sample of all that people like you have to say about the wild food experience.
I have about 15 wild food guides on my bookshelf, which left me wondering if I even needed another book. Boy, was I wrong. My knowledge exploded to an entire universe of wild foods.
In olden days, it was the norm to know which plants are edible and which are not.
Dear Linda, just wanted to let you know I received your book today. Wow.
I watched the DVD last night. I was awestruck. What wonderful work you have done. This information can bless many people. Thank you again.
Thanks again.
Your book has given me the most hope and inspiration. Thank you.
Folks, thanks for letting us help you get back to basics. Read all of the testimonials at ofthefield.com. You can order online for you and your loved ones or call 1-888-51-EAT-FREE to share in the secret.
Is it safe to breathe anymore? Crowded public places, global pandemics, and news reports of potential new strains of bacteria and viruses make you wonder, what if there was a germ-killing nasal spray that acted almost like hand sanitizer for your nose? There is. It's called Sinofresh Homeopathic Nasal Spray, and it's a proven germ killer. Sinofresh is a revolutionary doctor-recommended nasal spray that kills a broad spectrum of viruses, bacteria, molds, and fungi on contact in your nose. Sinofresh causes no drug interactions, no loss of smell, no rebound congestion, contains no alcohol, is non-habit forming, and is safe for daily use. Sinofresh must be a part of your family survival plan. Go to GCNlive.com now and click on the Sinofresh banner. The first 1,000 customers to click on the Sinofresh banner and purchase Sinofresh Antiseptic Nasal Spray are instantly registered to win a free 24-bottle